All right, so you're a trader. You've got the basics down, but you're ready for a real competitive edge, right? Well, this is for you. We're about to dive deep into advanced market analysis, going way beyond the simple tools everyone knows, and into the strategies that can give you a serious advantage. So, let me ask you this. Has this ever happened? You find a strategy, it works like a charm for a while, and then, boom, it just stops. It's like the market changed the rules of the game overnight, and you're left scratching your head. It's an incredibly common and, let's be honest, super frustrating experience.
Well, there's a name for that. It's called the trader's plateau. It's that point where the beginner stuff just isn't cutting it anymore against what the market's throwing at you. But here's the thing. Hitting this plateau is actually a great sign. It means you're ready to level up your game. So that brings us to our first section, understanding why those basic tools eventually fall short. Because it's not that they're wrong, it's just they don't tell the whole story.
See, as you get more experienced, you're not just dealing with clean, simple trends anymore. You're in the thick of it. Volatile markets, complex price movements. It gets messy. Basic indicators, well, they just can't see all that detail. They leave you totally exposed to shifts and patterns that a beginner's approach would never even notice.
So how do you punch through that plateau? You need a totally different way of looking at the market. A way to unlock a much, much deeper view of what's really driving things.
And that, my friends, is exactly what advanced market analysis is all about. Seriously, think of it like upgrading from a simple paper map to a full-blown satellite and radar system. It's a whole suite of powerful tools designed to help you make sense of the chaos, see trends before they happen, and manage your risk with incredible precision.
Which brings us right here to the Pro Trader's Toolbox. Let's crack this thing open and see what kind of gear the really experienced traders are using to read the markets.
Now, before we look inside, this is absolutely crucial. There is no single magic indicator. Forget about a magic bullet. The real power comes from having a whole set of tools and, more importantly, knowing how to use them together to get a complete 360-degree view. Okay, let's look inside.
All right, first tray. This one is all about decoding the language of the chart itself. It's about learning to read the stories that price action is telling you directly.
So we're talking about things like advanced chart patterns and candlestick patterns, which are basically clues about market psychology. And we've also got powerful tools like Fibonacci retracement, which helps us map out these hidden levels of support and resistance.
You've probably heard of some of these advanced chart patterns, right? Things like the classic head and shoulders, which can signal a top, or different triangles that often come right before a big breakout. These formations are basically hints about where the market might go next.
And then there's Fibonacci retracement. This is a really cool tool. It uses these mathematical ratios that you see all over nature to predict key levels where the price might stall or even reverse. It's like having a secret map of hidden support and resistance zones.
Okay, let's slide open the second tray in our toolbox. This set of tools is all about measuring the market's pulse. You know, the conviction, the emotion that's driving the price.
So in here, we're looking at things like volume analysis and sentiment analysis. This isn't just about what the price is doing, but why it's doing it. And this is where the real art comes in, learning how to weave all these different signals together.
Volume analysis is so simple, but wow, is it powerful. Think of it this way. High volume during a breakout is like a crowd roaring its approval. It confirms real strength. But low volume? That's just crickets. It tells you there's no real belief behind the move.
Now, sentiment analysis takes that idea even further. By using indicators like the VIX, you might have heard it called the fear index, you can literally measure the market's mood. It helps you answer a massive question. Are investors feeling greedy or are they feeling fearful? Knowing that is a huge piece of the puzzle.
All right, on to our final tray. This is where we zoom way out to see the bigger picture. These are the strategic, long-term tools that help you understand entire market cycles, not just little price wiggles.
And in here, you'll find the heavy hitters, the big strategic frameworks like Elliott wave theory and intermarket analysis. These help you forecast longer-term trends and see how different markets all around the world are connected. Elliott wave theory, for example, is this idea that the market moves in these predictable, repeating waves, kind of like the tide coming in and out. If you can figure out where we are in that larger cycle, you can potentially anticipate some major market shifts down the road.
So, you've got this amazing toolbox, right? But here's the secret. The real magic, the professional edge, is in combining the signals. No single tool ever tells the whole story on its own. And this right here, this says it all. A novice trader sees a price dip and immediately panics. But a trader with an advanced view, they see that exact same dip as a Fibonacci retracement hitting a key support level. They check the volume, see it's high, which confirms buying interest, and suddenly what looked like a reason to panic is now a potential high probability entry point. Same chart, totally different world.
And all of this, every single tool and technique, it all leads to one thing: getting a truly data-driven edge. You're shifting away from just trading on gut feelings and moving into the world of informed, strategic decision-making.
Because at the end of the day, the goal is exactly this: to build more refined, data-driven trading strategies. It's about creating a solid plan that can handle complexity because it's built on a deep, real understanding of how the market actually works.
So, I'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. Is successful trading really about having a crystal ball to predict the future? Or is it just about using these advanced tools to understand the present moment more deeply and more clearly than anyone else in the market?